guys, so if this video looks a little different, it is because it is. I'm filming on the same camera, but I'm using a different lens, one of my favorite lenses for still photography, because today's video, I want to share with you my makeup brush collection and which brushes I have for what and how I collected them before I add to this collection. I store my brushes in coffee cups. These ones are little snowmen because they're not dishwasher safe or microwave safe, so I use them to store my brushes. And today I don't have a ton of makeup on because, yeah, I wasn't in the mood to put a ton of makeup on, but let's get started. So these are the first brushes I had. These are a set of ecotools brushes. I actually got them from Walgreens, but you can get them from Walmart, whatever. They're decently priced and they're pretty cheap. These brushes are actually clean. I cleaned them a couple nights ago and I haven't really used them since, so yeah. This is, however, not an ecotools brush. This is a Hip Pigment L'Oreal brush. I bought this, I want to say like 6 years ago, when I was a freshman in college, because I bought a L'Oreal Hip Pressed Pigment. I didn't really do makeup much, but I wanted some, and I never really used it. I threw away the product, but kept the brush because it's a really good small eyeshadow shader. So for the rest of these ecotools brushes, I'll explain to you what they are and if I use them or not. So this one right here is a concealer brush. It actually would say it down here, but it wore off because I've had this one for a little over a year now. I do not use this for concealer. I actually use it as a all-over eyeshadow lid brush. This is an angled eyeliner brush, I think is what it's called. Angled eyeliner. It's like rubbing off on the bottom here, so you're not going to be able to see it. I don't really use this for eyeliner because I don't do shadow or gel eyeliner. Sometimes I use this to place color like on my lower lash line, not always. This is also very good for like doing the outer corner sometimes. Here is ecotools' eyeshadow brush, and I don't know if you can tell, but mine is a little frayed. And I do use this for eyeshadow. This is like your packing all over color eyeshadow lid. I don't wear the same eyeshadow looks every day, so I'm starting to collect eyeshadow brushes because I seem to never have a clean one. This is a lash and eyebrow groomer. Came in this kit and I've used it, but I don't really use it anymore, so it sits in my brushes I don't use cup. This is the ecotools blush brush, like this. It is actually clean. I don't use this for blush. It doesn't work for me for blush because it applies blush way too pigmented for my liking. I hardly ever use this. So this resides in my brushes I currently do not use cup, but when I do use it, I actually squeeze it here, make it thinner, and use it for bronzer, but I don't wear bronzer very much. After ecotools, I decided I wanted something to put my foundation on better with because that kit actually came with a flat foundation brush, kind of like a paintbrush, like an oversized concealer brush. However, I hated the way the foundation applied, so I bought this. This is a Sephora Pro Stippling Diffuser Brush. As you can see, the bristles are white and then they're black. This one I don't use either anymore. It's not the best for foundation, I found. I have a different way I love to apply my foundation. You will see that brush coming up. However, I do keep this brush because sometimes when you buy a highly pigmented blush, yeah, this is really good for that because it doesn't put on as much product. After that, I decided to buy this brush. This is just a Revlon eyeshadow blending brush. See the dome? I think I got this at Walmart. I've had this for about a year. Yeah, over a year. And I really like it. It's really good because you want to blend out your eyeshadows so you don't get those harsh lines. After that, I bought this brush. And I don't know if you've seen it. I showed it in a couple of my videos. This is the Urban Decay optical blurring brush. It is marketed to go with their Naked Skin foundation, which is my holy grail foundation, if any of you want to know. And I'm not wearing it today. I currently use this for BB creams because this is not my favorite for foundation, actually. It's a really good foundation brush because it's really dense and it's really soft. Urban Decay brushes are really soft. They're all synthetic and vegan, so I really love them. But this one is domed and it's good, and I will use it for my foundation, but it's not my favorite. So after that, I bought these two brushes at the same time because, as I said, I fell in love with how soft that Urban Decay brush was. And there's no denying it. Urban Decay brushes are utterly soft. I ordered these off Urban Decay's website. I will link that down below. The optical blurring brush I got from Sephora, but you can get it on their website too. This is just their traditional blush brush. And then this one is their Urban Decay smudger brush, which looks like this. It's really tiny. This one is designed for smudging colors under your lash line, and it works excellent for that. And I bought this originally because when I bought the Vice 2 palette, my whole idea behind that was it had some colors in it, and I hadn't experimented with colors yet. So I wanted to smudge some colors in my lash line, and this one stays in the brushes I'm currently using because I love this brush. Then the blush brush, which I bought at the same time, and if you buy them from the website, they come in these little boxes. I have them. They're excellent to travel with when you take these brushes, but I don't have one right here. It's over there in the drawer. This is the brush that I currently apply the blush I'm in love with, and that would be NARS Deep Throat. After that, I decided to buy this brush. You guessed it. It's another Urban Decay brush. I bought this one from Sephora, and this one is dirty. I did use it this morning. It has Limit from the Naked 3 palette on it, because these bristles right here are actually white at the top. This is their Urban Decay 24/7 blending brush. It's intentionally designed to blend out their 24/7 eye kohl pencils, which are utterly amazing, and I swear by them. But I use this as a crease brush for my eyeshadow. After that, I went and bought this brush. This is a Sephora powder brush. It's actually retractable. It does have a lid in the same matching color. And I do use it when I travel, the lid, but I use this brush on a semi-regular basis, so I don't actually keep the lid on it unless I'm going somewhere. It's pretty soft, unless you get like cleanser or soap stuck in it. Otherwise, powders, it's really good. I usually use this with either one of my powders. I have 2 powders currently. Urban Decay Naked Skin and my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in Light Plus, which is actually what I'm wearing just over concealer today. But I didn't use this brush, I used the next brush. So I would recommend this, but I kind of wish it was a little bit bigger and it actually had a handle, like a bigger handle. But it's really good to travel. I did take this with me when I went to homecoming because you don't have to worry about the bristles. Okay, these are 4 brushes that I would swear by. And I am definitely going to get more of this brand soon. I bought these in March. And these are, if you haven't guessed by now, Sigma brushes. I bought these all at the same time because I actually bought them at their only freestanding store, which is in the Mall of America. And I don't go there very often, but everybody kept talking about this brush. Like, you need this brush apparently. It's like the best thing since sliced bread, and you do, personally, need this brush. Sometimes I wish I had 2 of these. I will probably get a smaller version of this for my concealer because, yeah, this brush is amazing. This is your standard, every beauty guru has this brush. I wouldn't call myself a beauty guru, but I just thought I'd share it with you. This is the Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki. Mine is clean. I haven't used it yet. It's so soft, so dense. It's amazing. It doesn't soak up a lot of your product and it's so much easier to clean than the Urban Decay optical blurring brush. Totally recommend it. And it doesn't take very long at all to do your foundation. And I don't have that line that you get sometimes if you don't blend out your foundation when I use this brush. This brush, utterly amazing. So these brushes are the other 3 brushes that I bought when I was at the store. Originally I went in and I was going to get the E85, which is like their traditional blending brush. It's kind of a dupe for one of the MAC brushes. I want to say the 217. But that brush is goat's hair. And I am really a big fan of synthetic brushes. So yeah. So I ended up getting these Eye Something kit. I will find the info and link it over here. You can buy these brushes separately though. So I only bought the 3 that I wanted and I use these all the time. This is the Crease Diffuser E38. I use this for my all over blending brush. I use it for multiple looks. I never put any product on this. I just blend out what I have already applied with a different brush. In love. This is the Buff and Blend E89. And this is supposed to be like a more precise blending brush. Yeah, I don't use this for that. I use this in my crease. Especially when I'm using soft brown and wedge in my crease. I mix them and put them in my crease. You saw that in how I'm currently doing my makeup routine, which I will link over here. But this brush is okay. It's not as soft as the others, but I do definitely like it. And then my last Sigma brush is the Exact Blend. It looks like this. It's a little bit flatter than its counterparts, but it's amazing. And I use this for all over lid color because I don't really use the Exact Blend. If I want to blend, I use this one or this one. So my 2 blending brushes I currently have are these 2. You need at least one. I love them both. This is the next brush I bought. It's soft. It's not incredibly soft. This one does shed. I do find white hairs on my face sometimes, so when I use this one, I do have to check. You are not going to be able to find this one anywhere, so I'm not going to spend too much time about it. This is a MAC limited edition brush. It's the MAC Sharon Osbourne like Buff and Blend face brush or something like that. It's got a short handle, and it's actually dirty because I use my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish with this. I like it, but their collection brushes I found are not as good as their like standard brushes, because their limited edition brushes, I guess, are made by machine, and their collection and their standard brushes are made by hand. But I don't really know if I want to spend 50 bucks on a brush when I can go to Sigma and get something just as nice for $20 less. And then the last brush I own is, it's the Real Techniques by Sam and Nick Chapman. And I want to say it is like, it's the eyeshadow blending brush. It is not fluffy enough for me to consider it a blending brush. However, I do like it for like all over lid color. It's okay. It's really nice. It's really soft. I got this at Walmart because now they're selling Real Techniques. I'm not really picky about my shading brushes, so I wanted to film an outro to this video. I was not in focus because I wanted to show you my brushes. Those are all of the brushes that I own that I personally bought just because they were brushes. I feel like investing in your brushes is a good thing. I don't know if I'll ever invest in MAC, like actual MAC brushes that are in the permanent collection, because that price tag scares me a little, and I'm not wealthy. But Sigma brushes are a little more expensive than drugstore, but Sigma brushes are a little more than drugstore, but they're really good quality and I really like them. And I really do like my Urban Decay brushes too, so it is what it is. You do not have to go out and buy these brushes because I like them. These are just the ones I own and I personally use. So with that being said, I would like to preface that I do have two other brushes, but I did not buy them. I bought the eyeshadow palettes that these brushes came with. I have the Urban Decay Vice 2, which was last year's holiday palette. And I have the Naked 3, which is still available. It's in the permanent line. It's what I use today, and that has a double-ended brush. And I do use them, but not very often. They are really good brushes. They're just like any other Urban Decay brushes, really soft. My problem with them is they're really hard to store because they're double-ended. And I don't like to use them all the time because I forget to wash them sometimes because I store them in their palettes. And when I go to wash my brushes, I just take my cup of brushes I've been using and bring them to the sink and then go through and wash the ones that are dirty. So I will talk to you guys in my next video.